and will be asked by Taylor Lamb.
Hi, I'm Taylor Lamb. I'm a senior at Mountain Vista. And my question is, in the wake of a significant amount of teachers retiring or transferring districts, are there any plans to address teachers' demands in the future? Thanks.
So the turnover rate this year in the district was 11.5%. Our average around in the past 4 or 5 years has been somewhere in between there, and a little bit low being the 10, a little bit higher, being some in the 13%. Our retention rate among our highly effective teachers was extraordinarily high. I think at 1.5%, 2% left. The rest remained. We are a destination district. I think it was mentioned earlier that out of 400 openings at the school district, we had 14,000 applications. I think that number speaks for itself. The trick with retaining good teachers is recognizing and rewarding good teachers, and that's what we've tried to do. We've tried to tell good teachers here and good teachers also in other districts who are looking at Douglas County that if you come here and if you perform at the school level, then you'll be receiving recognition and you'll be receiving monetary compensation for it. You'll get financially rewarded for it. I think that is what makes the difference between us and other districts. By far, more teachers came here from surrounding districts than came here from, than left here for other districts. So the premise that there is teachers fleeing the district isn't correct. In fact, the premise is should be turned on its head. Teachers are coming here and teachers are staying, and we intend to keep that going as we continue to implement a pay-for-performance system, an individualized pay-for-performance system which hasn't been implemented in the past, that tells a good teacher, if you're a great teacher, we're going to pay you. And one of those measurements we're going to pay you on is helping other teachers become great teachers as well.
With regard to the teacher evaluation connected to the pay for performance, this board was told by their own outside consultant that they weren't ready to implement either one. And what you have, as Doug talks about highly effective, is that there's too much subjective judgment in trying to decide who is highly effective and who isn't. I say you know. I say parents know. But the problem is the inter-rater reliability of both the evaluation is best questioned, even by their own outside consultant. And then they tell teachers in April or May, March or April, let's say, how they're really going to be evaluated. And they're getting that evaluation in May or June. So it's a moving target and has been a moving target for our teachers. So why would you stay if you're not being evaluated fairly? And I would also tell you that there are huge implementation problems with the pay-for-performance plan. It is not fair. It is tied to the evaluation that there are flaws with as well. And so that's why teachers are leaving, or why they are telling the state in a TELL survey 18 times what's going on in Cherry Creek, I'm thinking about leaving. So you talk about the 12% turnover rate. We mentioned this before, Doug and I did. My issue is the number is the number. What you really need to ask underneath the surface of the 12% is who were those people? And I will tell you a lot of them are our most talented teachers, principals who have left this district to go elsewhere because they didn't get the respect, their voice wasn't heard, and they chose not to stay.
Well, it's difficult to refute Bill because he makes assertions without facts. And I think that's because the facts aren't on his side. And so, as they say in the law, when the law's on your side, argue the law. When the law's not on your side, argue the facts. When neither's on your side, just go ahead and argue. And that appears to be what we're doing up here. I will share with you facts with respect to the evaluation system that we have. The evaluation system we have did come out a little bit late, but it didn't come out it came out just before the state, or just after the state's evaluation system. The state's evaluation system would have had us rating gym teachers based upon a literature component. that wasn't going to make sense. What we did is we took a system and we made it for Douglas County so that it made sense for the teachers. And then we asked the teachers to help us develop a pay-for-performance system. They did. Over 800 participated, and you can listen to those teachers on a video that's on the district website. They participated in putting together, they made the metrics, and they were the ones who are responsible for it. And I don't think you should criticize the teachers for doing that, Bill. I think that's wrong. In fact, what is happening is that we are changing from a step-and-lane system, and you can criticize what we've done, but I don't hear anybody defending the step-and-lane system. The step-and-lane system was unfair and set the incentives all wrong. What it did is it says if you were in a classroom for a certain amount of time, this is the raise you got. What it did, it said is, well, if you went out and got an advanced degree, you got a pay raise. Interesting story in the Wall Street Journal over this weekend saying the data shows that that just doesn't work. So what we did is we went out and we developed a system that works based upon the data and that will pay our best teachers the best. And in fact, we'll pay teachers who are not doing as well less, and we will send them a signal as well that they need to improve their performance. Because at the end of the day, it's about achievement, and by any measure, particularly in high schools, our achievement has gone up over the past 4 years.
Just for the record, I was a community rep on the very first pay-for-performance program that we put together for this school district in 1993 and 94. And I continued to serve in that capacity as a community rep until I became employed by the school district in 2001. Teachers have never been afraid of a pay-for-performance program. What they are afraid of is one that is not fair and has flaws. By their own admission, this district administration has said that there are bugs to be worked out in the pay plan. Then you don't pay people off a flawed system. If I were a board member, what I would do for the school year of 2014-15, I would suspend the current pay-for-performance program. I would run it parallel with something similar to what we had before, figuring out how we could budget for that. And then you work the bugs out of the new plan. I'm not saying not to have a pay-for-performance plan, but I'm saying you don't pay people off something that is inequitable and needs to be rectified by their own admission. I'm Bill Hodges, and I'm running for the Director District E.